Om Tava Kathamritam Tapta Jivanam Kaviviritam Kalmashapaham Shravanamangalam Srimadatam Bhuvi Grinanti E Bhurida Jana. The nectar of thy words revives the scorched spirit of human beings. They purify the sinners and are the life of the holy. To hear them itself is auspicious and peace generating. They are the real givers who spread thy name far and wide. Oh. Welcome to the Friday scripture class. And today's scripture is the Gospel of Sri Ramakrishna. In the Gospel, as you remember, we are continuing with the chapter Advice to an Actor. It was recorded on May 27, 1884. So the actors came, Sri Ramakrishna gave them nice advice and they left. And after that, after that came in the afternoon two ladies in her early 20s. And they were very devoted to Sri Ramakrishna. And they were two sister-in-laws, wives of two brothers and mothers of children. And they had kept fasting that day because they were coming to see Sri Ramakrishna. And Sri Ramakrishna started conversing to them and asked them to do Shiva Puja. He recommended to do Shiva Puja because worship of Shiva is very simple. And they said, if you do, and told them the psychology of the worship. If you worship Shiva, your mind will be in Shiva when you begin the puja. Even before begin the preparation for the puja, like making sandal paste, collecting flowers, cleaning utensil, making the place holy, and all the time you'll be thinking of Shiva. Thinking of Shiva purifies our mind. And he said that when you think of God or God in any form, God as Shiva or any other form, then when you always think of God, all your inner impurity goes away, which manifests as hatred, jealousy, and friction, and finding fault. All that goes away, and you find peace in heart, and there is joy that comes. When you think of God, you are joyful. So we can study our own mind. If our mind is agitated, disturbed, has ill feeling towards something, then something wrong has come. We have been distracted from the thought of God. The more we think of God, the more we have that joy. Swami Vivekananda, that's why he said that when you feel sad and face is long face, don't go out that day. Don't You have no right to show your unhappy face to the world and make others unhappy by that. Feel happy and then only you go out, so that seeing your happiness, they're also caught with the happiness. And how can we feel happy? By thinking of God, who is the source of all joy and happiness and purity and oneness. Think of Shiva, think of Rama, think of Jesus. Any form of God you think, and you find that joy within, because God represents all that is purity. So, after saying that, he is giving his instruction to them, to these young ladies, mothers, and he gives the psychology. The thing is, it's on page 432, the first line on that page. The thing is somehow to unite the mind with God. You must not forget Him, not even once. Your thought of Him should be like the flow of oil, without any interruption. If you worship with love even a brick or stone as God, then through His grace you can see Him. What a wonderful hope that Sri Ramakrishna gives, you see. If you worship a brick or stone with love, with devotion, and you will have revelation of God. All your changes, transformation will come in you. Just you have to have love God and worship even a stone or a brick. So doesn't matter what you worship. You have to worship it as a symbol of God, who is all purity, all bliss, all oneness. And when you are connected with that, one day you will have revelation of God. All um, all those are which make you separate from God, all that make you suffer because of your thinking of others as different from you, that will all go away. You will find oneness. The flow of love will come from your heart. That was flowing to God will flow to everyone. It's all about our mind. If our mind is devoted to God and has grown love for God, you start loving everyone. If there is no God, you are only materialistic, you are only self centered, you only love yourself or a few others that you think are close to you, then only then you cannot love others. You have not gone God, you have become materialistic. You are confined to very impermanent things that you separate from the universe, from all. And that will never give you that happiness, that broadness, that oneness. And that is called impurity. That is how is called impurity of the mind. Purity is find oneness of all, that is thinking of God. Impurity is thinking of the world and fragmenting it to what you think is will give you happiness or pleasure, and that what is your and what is not your. Like that thing, when you divide the world in that way, it becomes impurity. That's why Sri Ramakrishna said, wonderfully he said and explained. That is the world teacher, how he explained why worshipping Shiva will make your heart pure. And even worshipping brick or stone, God will reveal to you by his grace. What a thing! You will not find such things told anywhere. Says him, you worship Shiva, you worship beautiful image, God will reveal to you. But you can worship anything with devotion, and God will reveal himself to you. That's a so wonderful, inspiring, and hopeful thing that he gives to humanity. Main thing is to love God, to love oneness, to love everyone as children of God, to be other centered, not to be self centered. So remove selfishness and become one with all. That's what Sri Ramakrishna's message for God realization is. Let's go to next paragraph. Remember what I have just said to you. One should perform such worship as Shiva Puja. Once the mind has become mature, one doesn't have to continue formal worship for long. The mind then always remains united with God. Meditation and contemplation become a constant habit of mind. He's telling his own thing. Once you have God is revealed to you, you have been united with God, then formal worship drops away and you are always remain united with God. So this is the beautiful thing that he said, how he explained, Sri Ramakrishna explained. Someone asked earlier also, how long we have to do spiritual practice? Till you find God. When you God is revealed to you, then no spiritual practice is needed because God is always with you. All your work, all your thought, all your conversation, everything you will be doing in presence of God. God will be always present with you. So then meditation, contemplation become a constant habit of mind. So you'll be always contemplating on God. You will be seeing God revealed through various forms of this world. The world that you divided into the world of your liking and disliking has now merged into the world of God. So that is how this purity of heart can change your outlook. And you find that joy within you. Contemplation and meditation becomes natural, constant habit of mind. And Sri Ramakrishna said Shiva worship is just an example because they were doing Shiva Puja. But that's why he says worship, one should perform such worship as the Shiva Puja. So you can do worship, any worship, worship of Kali, worship of Jesus, worship of Krishna, worship of Hanuman. Any worship is the worship that takes us to God. So in any way, we have to love God. You love wonderfully with Hanuman, or you love with Shiva, or Jesus, or Kali, or any form of God. If you have devotion to that, then God, the real reality, reveals to you by making everything inside pure. What Sri Ramakrishna had said once a story that When king comes to a subject, to a citizen who is not that rich and cannot welcome the king with all the, he doesn't have furnitures and the carpets and all that, and the king is visiting. How will he procure? He cannot ask king to sit on his dirty or very poor that cot or that poor simple bed. He has to provide him the right type of things. But king, what he does, because he knows that he cannot provide, the one citizen I'm going is a poor citizen, just I love him because of his purity, innocence, his sincerity. He's so distinct and unique, so I want to visit this person, this citizen of my kingdom. So before he goes, the things start coming, the sofa set and the carpets, and the thing is cleaned, so that there is befitting welcome to the king by the things that king has sent to that house. That house is already prepared by king himself, so that he can come to that house. Like that, God, when he comes to our heart, the heart has to be purified and prepared for the advent of God. And the purification of heart is called that sadhana, or spiritual practice. And when the spiritual practice is done through japam, through prayer, through meditation, through our longing, through our love and devotion, God, this, when our heart becomes fit place to for God to sit, for his presence, God then will come in our heart. So he will make all this happen. Just somehow be connected to God through simple thing as the worship of Shiva. Collect some flowers, collect some sandal paste. That's what Sri Krishna said. Very simply, patram puspam phalam toyam yome bhaktya prayachati. You have to offer me with your devotion, with love. You offer to me simple leaf, flower, fruit, and water. And I accept all that. And when God accepts that, means you have been fit to offer to God, so that He accepts that. That is what is when your God is ready to come to your heart. So that's how God comes, and we start with the simple thing. And Sri Ramakrishna said, think of God uninterruptedly. Always think of God. Always talk of God. Always read the story of God. Be connected to God somehow. And then what happened to my samsara, my child, my parents, my work, all that will be deified. Nothing will go from you. Loving God will not take away your all this thing in the bhakti yoga or karma yoga. All that will become purified, and you will do the things better. You will love your child more than before you loved him or her as your child. Now God starts revealing through your child. God starts revealing through your husband, through your wife. And the love increases, selflessness increases, acceptance increases, respect increases for your even children. Your small child you respect. So that's how God comes to your life, that attitude of respect, acceptance, love, joy comes when you see the people all around you. And that is not confined only to your family members. That goes to your colleagues, that goes to your neighbors, that goes to your unknown person. You go to the shopping, and everyone you feel so great, so wonderful. So someone is buying something, you find that it is divine being. All have come so pure, so good. I'm so fortunate to see human beings in so many forms, and all are so good and acceptable. So this idea of acceptance of all comes when our mind matures, mind becomes pure, matures in spirituality. What Sri Ramakrishna will later tell, say as the mature mind. So let us go further. Then elder sister-in-law, will you please give us some instruction? So elder sister-in-law, they're so good housewives, you see, just young, early 20s, and they come to Sri Ramakrishna, and they come with all preparation, keeping fast. And see this elder sister-in-law's request, will you please instruct us some instruction, not only to her. She seemed to be advanced. She seemed to be very interested. She didn't say, can you instruct me? She said, us. She wants to take her sister-in-law, wife of her husband's brother, also together. And master affectionately, he was so pleased to hear this question, this request, that please instruct me for our, please instruct us for our good. And Sri Ramakrishna affectionately. So this thing, Yams, is very unique. How he could understand the mood of Sri Ramakrishna. That's called love. When you love someone, to become a real sevak, it's not easy thing. When someone says, "Give me this," you can serve that. That is also one kind of sevak. But real sevak, or one who takes care, is very difficult. You just don't just fulfill the wish of the person by when that person asks you, but before he asks, you understand what is his or her need. If your master's need, that is the better. And still better is, even the thought came into the mind of the master, what he is going to ask, you give that before the thought goes to your master's mind. It goes to your mind, and you present that to the master. So see, so he doesn't even have to say or think. So that is the best of the caretaker or servant or the lover. So that is the best lover. And the example of such lover of God, this Dasya Bhakti, is Hanuman. No one excels him in Dasya Bhakti. Hanuman was such a great devotee. So Rama had not to ask. Rama could get before asking. Rama could get before even thinking, because Hanuman was all. How does it happen? How someone thinking and it comes to my mind, because thinking of that person with love, your mind and that person's mind become one. And it becomes so much, your mind is not with you at all. It only thinks about your beloved. And before the thought strikes in the mind of your beloved, it strikes in the mind of the lover, and the lover knows what to serve. This is called extreme love for your beloved. And that happens not only between Hanuman and Rama, that can happen in our worldly relation also. If we can love someone with that much of love and respect, that was Hanuman, is the example of ultimate Dasya Bhakti, loving God as servant. So that's what here it is. And here Yam also is love and understanding of Sri Ramakrishna's mind. So he says, Sri Ramakrishna said affectionately. What was the feeling in Sri Ramakrishna's mind? How he knows? Of course, the affection can be known by how the words are produced, pronounced. That can be little guessed. But to be sure that he spoke the words with affection, one needs to enter the mind of Sri Ramakrishna. So that's what Yam has already done that. So he came to Sri Ramakrishna in 1882. Now it's 1884. Yes, just more than 2 years. Just see this. That's why it's all divine relationship. More than 2 years, you become so close to another person. You understand the mind of that person, and you have so much love and attraction for that person. It is all. That's why we call it a lila. And he had been, Yam was is the being that is with the being called Sri Ramakrishna from life to life, and is a player in the divine play of Sri Ramakrishna, coming in different forms, in different forms of Sri Ramakrishna, with the different forms of avatara in life of Chaitanya or Krishna or Rama. They all come together to wonderful play, show light to humanity, help the avatara to manifest its greatness, and then again they go back to their own source. They become invisible, or they are sometimes in Sukshma Sarira, and then again they assume the form, and that's another Leela, divine Leela happens. So this is what Yam is. Master affectionately. I don't give initiation. It seems to be like a little negative. I don't do that. I don't give this thing. But it is very affectionate expression that he doesn't give initiation to everyone and everyone. That he doesn't initiate people. He doesn't want to be guru of the people. Only even his disciples, he didn't give initiation. You'll be surprised to know. Even Yogananda and Latu Maharaj, all that didn't give initiation. Only we know about the initiation of Swami Narendranath. He gave Sri Ramakrishna, Sri Rama mantra to him. Others we don't know even he gave initiation, like saying some mantra. He just wrote something in their tongue, and they went into very deep spiritual mood. Someone they touched, and he touched, and they went into spiritual mood. Like that was the thing. But giving mantra, what's called diksha or initiation, he doesn't give. He says that If a guru gives initiation, he must assume responsibility for the disciple's sin and suffering. So it's not that he is shirking from suffering and from taking their sin, but that is not role. His role. His role is to show light to everyone. He will train gurus. He is the guru of the gurus. He is the Guru Maharaj. Others are gurus. So Guru Maharaj is Sri Ramakrishna, Swami Vivekananda, Swami Brahmananda, Swami Ramakrishnananda, Swami Turiya. They are the gurus. So they will give initiation. And Sri Ramakrishna just says about the guru, not that he's afraid of giving mantra and suffering. He suffered all his life for showing us light and taking our sins. So that was his role as in the avatar Leela of Sri Ramakrishna. But it says about the importance and greatness of the guru. When there is guru accepts himself as the guru and accepts others as his disciples, his or her disciples, then she or he has to take the sin or the weaknesses of the disciple and uplift the disciple from the position they are. They do not become. That's why the guru is so great. By taking our own weaknesses or impurities and taking our suffering, he or she, our guru, uplifts us to spiritual domain. So that is the greatness of Guru. That's why Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Devo Maheshwara. Guru is my Brahma, Vishnu, Maheshwara. Guru is my greatest embodiment to be worshipped because he has shown me light. He has given me all purity. He has removed all my impurities. How does he remove? He sometimes takes that, all impurities, and mm, if he's great, he can digest. Otherwise, some effect of it is there. All great gurus live not very long life. So maybe because of that, we don't know the things. But some gurus live long lives. Sri Krishna was Jagat Guru. He lived more than 100 years. Buddha was a great Jagat Guru. He lived for 80 years. But others like Jesus in 30s, Swami Vivekananda, not 40 even. Like all these gurus, Sri Ramakrishna, only 50. Like that, the great gurus, when their purpose is finished, they just conclude their Naralila and go back to their abode. And he says, the Divine Mother has placed me in the state of a child. So, as a child, how will I become the master or guru of others? So I am like a child. I talk to others like see Divine Mother in all. So guileless, so unwanting. That is the child. So just says the things, and by the power of God or by power of Divine Mother, the people are benefited, spiritually benefited. He will never claim that I said to that person this thing and they are benefited by the power of Divine Mother. I'm just a child of the Divine Mother, they will say. Perform the Shiva Puja as I told you. Come here now and then. Still, he says he's a child of the mother. He doesn't give initiation in that way, he said in child. But what he emphasizes, what I have told you to do that, it will make you good, no doubt. So perform Shiva Puja as I told you. And come here now and then. This is very important thing to be connected with the ideal. Generally, what happens, we take mantra, we take initiation, but we don't keep contact with the place of worship, place of where our deity's house is there. You'll find many people take initiation in the our order, but they think that the thing is done. Initiation mantra got, and the thing is done. Many repeat the mantra as told by the guru. Some even don't do that. Just taking the mantra will be of no avail in this life. It will not bear the fruit. If you take the seed, mantra is called the seed, and don't plant it, don't nurture it, don't make the soil loose, don't water it. How plant will grow? How it will bear fruit? So it will just remain seed in our house, unutilized. So to make the seed utilized, you must nurture it, and nurturing is repeating the mantra and performing the things as it has been told during the initiation. That itself is not enough. So often we tend to distract it from the instruction unless we go to the place. Like if we are the devotees of Sri Ramakrishna, we should visit Sri Ramakrishna temple now and then. We took initiation and never go to Sri Ramakrishna temple. So we'll be distracted. We'll not be doing japam. We'll not be thinking. We'll be long. There'll be a gap between what we thought at the time of initiation that we'll have spiritual progress, and the stage nothing has happened. No change has come in me. So this connection come here now and then. So that Sri Ramakrishna says that Sri Ramakrishna, in whose name we have taken mantra, we have to come to him now and then. We have to go to him. Where is he? He is in the temple. The most place that he manifests most is the temple, is the ashram. If we don't go there and we buy Advaitic, there are many ways to explain, you see. And when you explain, oh, I have also shrine, I have also photograph, and I can do here. Why the need to go drive so long and go there? There is also photograph of Sri Ramakrishna. What is the difference? Thakur Swamiji in my room, I do japam. There also the chair. They do japam. I have also chair in my small shrine. I do japam. What is the difference? There is a lot of difference. When we come to the shrine, to the ashrama, there are many peoples that pray here together, and by their prayer, by their meditation, there is a sort of condensed feeling of the presence of God. So if you close your eyes and sit here and try to tune to the wavelength of your Ishta, it will be more easily connected here than you could connect at home. Of course, home also you try to connect, here also you try to connect. So that's why it's coming, as Sri Ramakrishna said, come here now and then. They were not initiated, they were not disciples of Sri Ramakrishna, these ladies. But still to them, he said, come here now and then. So that is very important. This instruction is not for, not, if it was only for these two ladies, why we read this Gospel of Sri Ramakrishna? Oh, he said to that, he did that to that person. It is not a novel. That's why it becomes scripture, because what Sri Ramakrishna tells to other people, that story fits in our life. That is as if it is the instruction for us as well. Do worship of Shiva, worship of any deity that is your Ishta. And that will benefit you by putting your mind in thought of God while procuring the things, while preparing for the worship. Even from that time and worship time, of course, you think of God. So that is how it is so important to visit the temple of Sri Ramakrishna, wherever we are. We live in big cities, it's quite far away, we're busy with our work. But at least once a month, we definitely can visit the shrine temple, meet the Swami. Maybe Swami is not your guru, doesn't matter. But the Swami represents the ashram. He looks after the ashram. Has renounced the world. So little meeting him and talking to him, and all talks will be about God, about Sri Ramakrishna. That all benefits us, and sitting here and trying to feel the presence, that strengthens our spiritual hankering. That's so beneficial. We should always try to visit the temple daily. It's very difficult for everyone to come daily. Once a week, many of us can do once a week. And if not even once a week, once a month is a must for at least for those who have taken initiation, to come to Sri Ramakrishna in the temple, in the ashram of Sri Ramakrishna. That's what Sri Ramakrishna says. Come here now and then. He doesn't ask you to come daily, but now and then can you, the frequency you can adjust. But in my opinion, it should be at least once a month you should try to visit. During celebration, we generally visit, that becomes once a month visit. When there is no celebration, make a day, contact the person, come during the prayer time. Here in our ashram, there is always we are open every day from 5:30 to 7:30 almost. So you come for the prayer from 6 to 7 evening. That we can do any day for choice. Or during Sundays, there is Sunday service, that is also visiting Sri Ramakrishna. And we can come on Ram Nam Day. There's so many things. In every of our center, there is a designated day when we can visit the temple. May not be every day, but there are Sundays or other days where other classes are there. It is not just to attend the class. It is to come to Sri Ramakrishna. As he said, come here now and then. Let us try to follow what Sri Ramakrishna gave that instruction to these young ladies. That is also for us also. So that will make our mind pure and mature mind, he said. We shall see what happens later on through the will of God. I asked you to chant the name of Fari at home. Are you doing that? The, they had met Sri Ramakrishna earlier, and Sri Ramakrishna had given them some instruction. Simple that time it was, chant the name of Hari. How gradually he is taking like a great teacher, from just from the beginning, first step, second step, third step, like that. I asked you to chant the name of Hari. Are you doing that or not, or given up? So that is like a teacher. He's asking the task whether you are following my instruction. Doctors gives us medicine, and if we don't take medicine, what doctor can do? Similarly, teacher teaches us. If we don't want to gain that knowledge by practicing, what the teacher can do. Similarly, spiritual teacher asks you to do something. If you don't follow that, then no progress will be there. So here also Sri Ramakrishna said, I had asked you to chant the name of Hari at home. Are you doing that? So elder sister-in-law, yes. So elder sister-in-law is more advanced in spirituality. You can see here, and by her questioning, by her answer here, yes, she is definitely doing. Whether the younger sister-in-law is doing or not, but elder sister-in-law is doing that. She confidently says, yes, master. Why have you fasted? You should take your meal before you come here. Women are but so many forms of my divine mother. I cannot bear to see them suffer. You are all images of the Mother of the universe. Come here after you have eaten, and you will feel happy. So, no ritual that have been said when you go to say, holy man, keep fasting. If you have to do puja, you have to fast. Nothing like that. Eat something. And fasting is a little suffering. You're thirsty, you're hungry. Still, you cannot eat because you have committed to fasting. Though it is something of self control, self restraint. But for women, Sri Ramakrishna has said, you don't have to fast to visit a holy man, to visit me, he says. And you should eat before coming here because fasting is giving trouble to you. And that I cannot see because I see woman as different forms of the Divine Mother, my Divine Mother, who is always present with him. So that he says, you should be fed before you come here. And when you come here, there is two things. When you eat and come here, you will be happy. So you'll be more happy because you'll be more comfortable. You will not have pangs of hunger and thirst when you come here after taking something. You'll be happy by two reasons. One, your stomach, you have some food, you have energy, and another, you will come here freely without any back leg of energy because of fasting. And because you have come to Sri Ramakrishna, you will feel happy. By eating, you are happy to come here, but you will be happier to come here if you eat and come. And I will also feel happy to see you not taking fast. Don't go for these rituals when you come to see. Sri Ramakrishna was like breaking the obstacles, breaking those rules of this. Said you have to fast on that day. You're gonna do this that way, like that. You can do things thinking of the God in your. If you think of God in your mind, all rules are made that you can think of God. If a God comes to your mind, there is no bondage of any rule. You can break those rules. Don't hesitate to break the rule. One person told me that Swami, I have someone of my relation got a child in original back home. So can I do puja the next day that I had organized? I said to him, of course you can do. Having a child is such a wonderful occasion of joy. Someone in your family has got a child. It's an occasion of joy. Why will you not convert into the worship of Sri Ramakrishna? It is a greater joy to, and you should offer worship to your God when you are so happy. Definitely, you arrange the worship as planned. The next day, there's no asuchi. We had something about saucha, that thing is there. When someone is born, you can do worship for 11 days. And like that, some rules were made earlier because of some others consideration, which are not relevant now. So those rules can be relaxed and be more practical. And that's how I also told them, following Sri Ramakrishna's instruction. So I told them, yes, definitely you should arrange the worship next day of someone is born. In Bangladesh, someone is born. So here, like that, like that, the priestcraft is always said about the associates. They just extend the thing without any meaning, any purpose. Because someone is born in a house, so you have your whole mind is to arrange for the newborn baby. How you can do worship at that time? You cannot put your mind, you cannot arrange the thing. You have to focus on the baby. So naturally, puja, external worship stops. That you cannot do in your home. But some of a relative which is far away, thousands of miles away from your home, he also cannot do any worship. So that is impractical. That was not there earlier. So it is this situation. The relative can stay thousands of miles away. Earlier, all used to live together. So that was the thing. So we have to change these rules according to the time. Which rules can be changed? So that's what Sri Ramakrishna also said about the fasting. Don't fast when you come to see me, and you feel more joy. Uh, Saying this, Sri Ramakrishna asked Ramlal to give the ladies some food. They were given fruit, sweets, drinks, and other offerings from the temple. The master said, "You have eaten something. Now my mind is at peace. I cannot bear to see women fast." Oh, that was the thing. Fasting becomes makes difficult, some difficulties, some you are hungry. So it should be very comfortable. Women's life should be comfortable because women are divine mother for Sri Ramakrishna, for all of us, or for all of us, whether we are men or women. Other women are the, as it is said, no, in one of the verses of the Shanti Mantra, Namaste Vayo Tvameva Pratyaksham Brahmasi Tvameva Pratyaksham Brahma Vadishyami. And like that it is said, oh air, you are the Pratyaksha, means perceptible Brahman for me. So what is perceptible Brahma to air? It says air which gives us life, breath. So that one is described that way. But Sri Ramakrishna says the divine mother manifests most in women. So all women are the form of divine mother. So for whom is the form of divine mother? For all of us, for men or other women. So if all of us could consider other women as the divine mother, how joyful this world will be, how peaceful, how magnificent this world will be, seeing divine in other women. Mostly what happens, men may see divine mother. Sometimes women find difficult to see divine mother because there are other things come, all the external things come, what that person wears and how is that talk and all that. So difficult if you see the only external. Go deeper and remember Sri Ram. We also forget, that's the one problem. We read the gospel and forget the message of Sri Ramakrishna. We forget that it is divine mother manifested most in the women, form of women. So seeing that, remembering this, each woman is the form of divine mother. Respect every woman whom we see, whether you are man or woman, doesn't matter. Respect every woman you see as the form of divine mother. And with that respect, love grows, and with love, oneness grows. And then there is bliss. Whenever there is oneness, there is joy. So let me conclude today's Friday class a little early, and then we'll go further in our next scripture class, when next gospel class further. So we close today's gospel. Wish you all the best. And now let me close with the closing chant. Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Tat Sat Sri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu Jananim Saradam Devim Ramakrishnam Jagadgurum Padapadme Tayo Sritva Pranamami Muhurmuhu. You must have noticed some defect in my voice. This defect is not because of cold or anything. It's some medicine that I'm taking for my leg pain. It's a side effect of that medicine. That's why voice is not clear. Please bear with me. Thank you, and good night to all of you. See you next Friday. That will also be, I think, online. That is on the Uddhava Gita.